Hello and welcome. I'm an AI expert specializing in modern hospitality operations, and I am absolutely delighted to welcome all students of Europe Hotel School to this part of your online learning journey. In the world of high-stakes MICE events, success or failure often hinges on one single moment. And no, it's not the final toast or the keynote speech, it's the critical point where a promise becomes a plan. Today we're going to dive deep into that decisive moment, the sales to operations handover.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? It's more than just a meeting or an email. This is the moment where the entire vision that was sold to a client begins its transformation from a concept into a flawlessly executed reality. You know, if you get this part wrong, even the most brilliant event strategy is going to crumble before the very first guest even walks through the door.
So here's our game plan for today. First, we're going to establish exactly why this handover is so incredibly critical. Then we'll take a look at the kind of chaos that happens when this bridge collapses. After that, we'll focus on building it back, but stronger, using the right blueprints and, just as importantly, the human element. And finally, we'll see how it all comes together to forge unbreakable client trust.
To get started, we have to understand that the handover is so much more than just an administrative box to check. I want you to think of it as a critical operational bridge. It's the one and only connection point between the team that makes the promises, that's sales, and the team that has to actually deliver on them, operations.
Now let's really look at the words here: knowledge, context, and expectations. This isn't just about forwarding a contract and calling it a day. It's about transferring a deep, nuanced understanding of what the client is truly dreaming of to make sure absolutely nothing gets lost in translation.
Okay, so what happens when that bridge doesn't just get a little shaky, but completely gives way? Well, in the high-stakes world of events, a failed handover isn't just a small problem, it is a full-blown catastrophe just waiting to happen.
And here's a really critical insight for you. Most of the operational failures that can tarnish a hotel's reputation, they don't happen because the team is bad at their jobs. Not at all. They happen right here because of poor communication during this transition. A weak handover is almost always the hidden root cause of an event's failure.
This slide just illustrates that gap perfectly. It's night and day, right? On the left, you've got the client's beautiful vision, the flawless event they were promised. But on the right, well, that's the chaotic reality that unfolds when crucial information gets lost. Incorrect setups, catering errors, tech failures. These are the direct and honestly painful results of a bridge that just didn't hold.
So, how do we build a bridge that lasts? Well, it all starts with a foundation that is absolutely unshakable. And in event management, that foundation is built on clear, comprehensive, and totally accurate documentation. This is what we call the operational blueprint.
The single most important document in this whole process is the Banquet Event Order, or BEO. Seriously, think of it as the Bible for the event. It takes every single promise from the contract and translates it into actionable, super detailed instructions for every department involved, from culinary to housekeeping to AV.
The level of detail needed here is immense. I mean, timings have to be down to the minute. Room diagrams need to be exact. A single mistake on the BEO, one wrong number, one vague request, can set off a disastrous domino effect. That is why accuracy in this blueprint is completely, absolutely non-negotiable.
But, and this is a big but, as critical as the BEO is, documents alone are never enough. They're great at providing the what, but they so often miss the crucial why. Flawless execution demands a human element to transfer the complete story.
This is where narrative, or storytelling, becomes essential. The sales manager, the one who built that initial relationship with the client, has to transfer the context. Why is this event so important to them? Are there specific cultural nuances we have to respect? Are there VIPs who need special attention? This is that emotional and strategic layer that takes an event from just good to truly unforgettable.
And this transfer of narrative happens in a structured handover meeting. It has to be a collaborative session, not just a data dump. Sales presents the vision. Operations, the experts in execution, ask clarifying questions to spot any potential issues before they happen. Together, they meticulously review the BEO, line by line. And finally, they establish crystal clear points of contact for the client. And timing? Well, timing is everything. An early handover lets the operations team be proactive. They can plan, they can prepare, they can anticipate needs. This cuts down on stress and builds the client's confidence. A late handover, on the other hand, forces everyone into a reactive, firefighting mode, which skyrockets the risk of mistakes and almost always compromises quality.
A successful handover also builds these pillars of crystal clear accountability. Who is responsible for what? If something goes wrong, and let's be honest, sometimes it does, who is the designated problem solver? When every single task has an owner and the communication lines are clear, the team functions like a well-oiled machine without any confusion or internal friction. Okay, so let's bring all these different threads together. A great handover isn't just about dodging mistakes, it's about actively forging trust. It's about creating a completely seamless client experience by blending modern technology with good old-fashioned teamwork. In our modern, tech-driven world, this is a huge question we have to ask ourselves. We've got incredible tools at our disposal: CRMs, shared dashboards, real-time platforms. But can they really do the whole job for us?
And the answer, and I really can't stress this enough, is a definitive no. Technology is a phenomenal support system, for sure. It ensures everyone is working from the same, up-to-date information. It provides amazing transparency. But it simply cannot substitute for the trust and understanding that's built through direct, human conversation. It's a tool, not the solution itself.
When you get this right, the results are just so powerful. The client never feels like they're being passed around from one department to another. Instead, they feel like they're with one unified team. The trust that was built by the sales team is then reinforced by the operations team. And that seamless experience is what creates true, long-term client loyalty.
So, the key takeaway for all of you, as future leaders in this amazing industry, is this. Mastering the handover is not just an operational task. It is a defining leadership skill. It proves that you understand how to connect the promise of a sale directly to the excellence of its delivery.
And that leaves us with one final thought to carry with you as you move forward in your careers. Always ask yourself this about the processes you manage and the teams you lead. Is your bridge built to last? You are the architect of this critical connection. Build it strong. Thank you.